That's all right.
It's up to you. If you want to walk him down, just put your hands up tight and walk straight to him. He can't do shit. It's too much weight, too much strength. Break him down.
Stewart's pretty confident in there, Roy.
Yeah, but you never should underestimate a puncher such as Tommy Morrison. I wouldn't try to walk him down. I would sit there and box him just like Lennox is doing. Keep him off balance with the jab and just peck him until you set up a big shot.
If you've been as successful as Liwes has been up to this point, why would you change it? Why wouldn't you just wait for the big one to come to you?
It's almost like backing a cat into the corner if you put your hands up and walk him down. You're going to make him fight him much harder than he is doing right now.
There's a right hand by Morrison. He's got a mouse under his left eye, but he's starting to connect more and more frequently with those right hands as he steps inside. Body shot landed, uppercut partially blocked by Morrison. Liwes short with the right hand. Stands to reason that if Liwes listens to Stewart and elects to walk on in, he's going to give Morrison more opportunities.
That's what I just said. It's almost going to be like backing a cat into a corner and making him have to fight. If you force Morrison to fight, you're going to get caught with some big, sharp punches because he throws powerful, sharp punches.
Tommy taking punishment off the jab. More and more, it looks like Morrison was correct when he said there was no way he could outbox Lennox Liwes.
Yes, and I said that at the top because if Lennox uses this jab like he's doing, then there's no chance of Morrison outboxing him. He should work on trying to counter that jab.
Liwes reaches forward and grabs Morrison. Lane gets him at the distance again, and Liwes landed a right hand.
The crowd booed that move that Lennox made, but that was a smart move. Morrison had got just about in his own punching range, and Lennox was not in his punching range, so he grabbed him.
Kind of ring awareness Liwes has not always shown in his career. You put this talent together with real knowledge, and you've really got something, but that's always been the case.
Another thing I see here, Lennox's jab is starting to look like it's falling slightly. If it falls, he'll have to be very careful after it comes back. It's falling on the way back. If it falls, he'll have to be very careful of that right hand right there.
And that's what Tommy just tried to do, countering over the jab with the right hand.
All right, one step back. One step back clean. Here we go. Come on.
Liwes landing more punches. Morrison maybe landing the harder shots, although there was another hard left hook by Lennox Liwes. He's never been noted as a left hooker. It's been his most effective blow tonight. Blood from the right eye of Morrison again after that left hook by Liwes. Morrison stepping in with the right. And lands a chopping right as the round comes to a close. Coincidence. Morrison seems to tire automatically at the end of 4 rounds. His trainer, Tommy Vergitz, says to all intents and purposes, he's never won a 5th round in his career. And as the graphic showed you, his punch output normally goes way down in this stanza. It happened again earlier this summer against Razor Ruddock.
Both of these fighters are very tired. The only thing is that Morrison is starting to swell, and it's going to start, his eyes are starting to swell, and this should start affecting his vision soon. So if he's going to make a move, he has to start making it now.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored so far?
Jim, 4 rounds to nothing, 40-35, Lennox Liwes. I gave Lennox all 4 rounds. Certainly he deserves an extra point in round 2 for the knockdown. Lennox is showing me a great left jab. Real good defense. Tommy's not getting through, and I think Vergitz is killing Morrison with all that Vaseline. It's going in his eye. You can't see the punches coming.
And right now, Liwes is landing combinations at will. When Morrison comes forward, Lennox simply jabs and then drops the right hand over. He's been very effective in the first minute of this round.
2 things I see. One thing is that Morrison knows that the 5th round is not a good round for him. He's letting this mental thing get to him. The second thing is that Lennox is not hitting Morrison's body. If he touches body, he will knock him out.
But Morrison is trying to fight Liwes the way he fought George Foreman, staying outside his range and then trying to fight and get inside in his own terms. But Liwes is just much faster than George, so he's having a real difficult time executing that plan.
And not only that, if you stay out of Lennox's range and he has the longest arms, then that means you're that much further out of your own range.
Morrison landed a left hook after Lewis's right hand, so both men did damage there.
Here we go.
But Tommy Morrison is battered around both eyes and appears to be losing his vision as time goes on.
Yes, but look at the facial expression. Morrison has almost an I give up facial expression. Lennox has an I'm about to take over now expression on his face. These things play a big role in a boxing ring, because when you see a guy with that I give look, it gives you more confidence, gives you energy sometimes that you don't even have to want to get him out.
Under a minute in round number 4. Or check it, round number 5, I should say. As has been the pattern throughout his career, Morrison has been largely dominated in this 5th round by Liwes. All those punches were blocked by Lennox Lewis's arms. And there's a monumental uppercut. Morrison went to one knee. Lane calls it a knockdown, correctly so. Morrison knew it. He went immediately to the neutral corner, and that right eye's looking pretty bad.
This fight is basically over. Like I told you before, Morrison has that I give up look on him. Lennox knows it. Lennox is just going to keep coming. Lennox has done his homework on Morrison. He knows every combination that Morrison throws, and they're the same. So he cannot hit Lennox.
Round 5 ends. Lennox Liwes, to this moment in the fight, has looked better than at any time in his career since Halloween night 1992, when he clocked Ruddock in the 2nd round.
How's your eye?
Come on. I got this one. I got the left one.
All right. Give him a round, Bob. Give him a round.
Oh, yeah, we're going to give him a round. We just want to see how bad it is.
Okay. Tommy, listen to what I'm going to tell you now. You have got to take him into a war this round. Right? There's no more. We're not going to win by points on this. You got to get low. You got to stalk him. You got to take him into a war. Okay? Nice, tight, low, controlled combinations.
He's thrown a lot of long right hands, Liwes, in this fight, as we've often seen him. But it's that short one that Tommy Morrison didn't see that put him down.
Like I said, Lennox has done his homework on Morrison. He's using some of Morrison's own combinations on him. That's Morrison's favorite combination that he dropped him with just then.
Tommy Vergit,
take some of this grease off.
Morrison's trainer, sounds like he might stop the fight himself unless Morrison can do some serious damage in this round.
Yes,
he asked the doctor to give him one more round when the doctor wasn't even thinking of it at that point.
Yes, but he can sense the urgency on Morrison's face. Morrison has basically almost given up in this fight. He wants to go out and see can he land a big shot now.
Oh, that's a terrific right-hand shot by Liwes. That landed flush on Morrison's chin.
Very flush. But Morrison just wants a chance to try for one more knockout. Then I think he knows that he's basically outclassed by Liwes.
He'll make a statement here anytime.
In pleading his own case, you might have heard Morrison say to the doctor, "I've still got my left hook," by way of saying, listen, don't stop this thing too fast. I'm dangerous. But the left hook has not been a factor so far. Down goes Morrison again, and this is becoming a blowout.
Morrison is too concerned about his eye. He's letting his eye take him out of the fight.
3rd knockdown of the night for Liwes. And Lennox begins to showboat just a little bit. Now he comes back to the jab, popping it and bringing it back the way you're supposed to.
This is the round that Morrison stopped Ruddock after taking a terrible beating.
Lane's getting very close to a stoppage here. You get that sense. Down goes Morrison again, and I wonder if Mills has seen enough. There is no 3 knockdown rule in effect. That's the 4th knockdown of the fight, and that'll do it.
A terrific performance by Lennox Liwes. Defensively, he kept that right hand up so that he completely neutralized Tommy Morrison's outstanding left hook. His jab was harder than we've seen it before, more purposeful. He fought a perfect fight for Lennox Lewis.
Emmanuel Stewart has been saying for the past few months there isn't a heavyweight on the planet who could last 8 rounds with Lennox Lewis. Now that obviously has a touch of hype in it.
Well, it has a touch, but the hype that it has is to give other heavyweights the message that he is willing to challenge anybody to go. And that's a sign of a great champion. Had Lennox fought Riddick Bowe back when both of them were champions, I think one of those guys would be the world heavyweight champion right now today.
Yes, the unchallenged king of the division. That should have happened in early 1993. For a variety of reasons, it didn't. Now, let's take a look at the first of the 2 knockdowns in this round. Roy Jones.
Lennox, like I said, has sensed the feeling of urgency on the face of Morrison, so he know all he had to do was hit him. This first one, that's the jab that really did the damage. That shows you how weak mentally and physically Morrison was.
It's another look at the first knockdown, and the jab bothered him there. You can see that Morrison was concerned about his eyes at this point, and once again you'll see the jab do the damage there, followed by the finishing right hand that put him on the canvas. Now here's knockdown number 2, Roy.
Knockdown number 2 is almost the same thing I did to Pat Zinza. He let Morrison punch till he had him tired. Morrison thought he could walk out of an exchange, but he couldn't. He wasn't out of the range of Lennox. Because Lennox got closer to him, he was used to backing up and being out of range. But see right there, he wasn't out of range.
And how effective was that left hook tonight? Aside from one damaging left hook against Bruno in Cardiff a couple of years ago, Lennox has never been known for that punch, but he landed a dozen good left hooks in this fight.
Like I told you, I can tell somebody
watching the Roy Jones video.
Somebody somewhere has been watching some Roy Jones tapes.
When you throw it right, what a dramatically effective punch it is. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
KO victory. His march to regain the heavyweight championship continues. The winner, former heavyweight champion